Gennady Golovkin comes through with a second round knockout. Three knockdowns of Dominic Wade. I mean, there isn't really a lot you could really say about it. Wade looked like, at first like he was a little bit game. He showed a couple good things in there. I like how he jabbed and then ripped to the body. But ultimately, he just lacked the experience, lacked the ability, lacked the skills to be able to hang with Gennady Golovkin. Golovkin pretty much every shot that he hit, Wade with, pushed him back, hurt him. And I mean, shoot, even the first knockdown was caused by a two piece and then a right hand up on Wade's shoulder. So basically, Wade was already hurt before that right hand to the shoulder hit him, and that just pretty much gave him the extra little bit of force to put him down when he was pretty much already ready to be put down. And then finally, Wade Golovkin dropped him twice in the second round, and Wade just you could see by the look on his face. I mean, even after the first knockdown, he just looked forlorn. He looked like he was lost, like he didn't know what to do. And I mean, Golovkin pretty much solved that problem for him by ending him pretty quickly, dropping him twice more. And Wade was basically done. You could see it on his face. He didn't really want to get up. He went through the motions, but it wasn't going to be there for him. And so Golovkin, incidentally, we'll see. I guess who's next. This is this was just kind of a throwaway, stay busy type fight. Hopefully they're able to get him in with some of the bigger dogs, man. They need to start offering these other opponents the money that's concurrent to the risk that they're taking with Golovkin, because Danny Jacobs, Saul Canelo Alvarez, and Billy Joe Saunders can make plenty of money on their own fighting all kinds of other fighters except for Golovkin, because all of them have big enough names and draw big enough and have big enough purse demands in order to do that. So if Golovkin wants to fight these guys, he needs to make it happen. He needs to, maybe take a little bit short of money if he has to, and get him to put up the money for these fights to get made. That's basically what he needs to do. I did like seeing him calling out Canelo Alvarez after the fight, but at the same time, he's stuck between a rock and a hard place. Is Golovkin, where he needs to. I mean, unfortunately for him, he may have to play ball a little bit. He may have to do things that personally I'm not a big fan of. I don't like it. I don't like catch weights. I don't like when guys try to drain fighters. I don't like the weight games that Saul Alvarez is playing. But it's entirely possible that Golovkin may need to acquiesce a bit and step into the other man's court and play by his rules in order to truly get the fame, the money, the respect. The money, power, respect is the key to life. To get the money, power, respect that he deserves. So, of course, Alvarez is coming up against Amir Khan. Should be an easy knockout win for him. I mean, I think the Errol Spence versus Algieri fight was a sign of things to come with Canelo versus Khan. So, Golovkin, my advice to him would be Golovkin go sit ringside, bum rush the ring after Canelo beats Khan, and call Canelo out right then and there, and make that shit happen. I mean, otherwise, hey, Kell Brook wants to run his mouth, say that he wants to fight you. Shoot, offer him some money, offer Lara some money, anybody and everybody. Just put it open to all challengers and make some real offers out there. Get them to toe the line that you're drawing in the sand, and we'll see if they step up or if they back down. I think by and large a lot of these guys are going to back down, but I mean it's all speculation unless you actually back them into a corner and make them answer to you, and that's what Golovkin needs to be doing. And he hasn't been doing that, and that's been to his own real major detriment. It's a big part of the reason why a lot of people aren't giving him the credit that a lot of people feel he deserves, because he needs to back these guys into a corner and make them, basically tell them put up or shut up. If they don't put up, if they don't put up, then shut up. Step the fuck back. And Golovkin needs to say these guys by name, just like he did Canelo. I mean, of course, he's gonna say Canelo by name because he's the biggest money fight out there. But we'll see what happens. Props to Golovkin for another easy knockout win. I mean, good job. But we need to get some liver competition in there, and especially if you're going to be fighting so infrequently, just in the grand scheme of things, you need to be fighting better. You need to be fighting better opponents, man. You need to be fighting top-notch guys if you're only gonna be fighting twice or three times a year. I mean, if you're gonna fight 4 or 5 times a year, shit, fight a few Dominic Wades. You know what I mean? It's all good. It's all good. Fight your mandatories or whoever you gotta fight. But that's if you're being mandated for some shit. Yeah. Then you fight a few times. A couple extra times a year more than the average champion. But I mean, otherwise, the ball's in Golovkin's court. He has a lot more control over his destiny than a lot of people pretend to act like, and he needs to get these guys in the ring with him. And sometimes life ain't hard. I mean, or sometimes life is hard. Life ain't easy. Um, Everything ain't handed to you. Some guys they have to go out of the way to get these big fights, to get these fights made. Winky Wright had to go out of his way to get fights made. Hopkins had to go out of his way to get fights made. Several fighters nowadays really have to go out of the way to get fights made. Gonzalez and Estrada, I mentioned them in my last video. They're having to do a lot more than other fighters in other weight classes in order to get paid what they truly deserved. In order to get fights that they really, to get put on the mainstream that they deserve to be on. You know, Guillermo Rigondeaux suffers from a similar case. He needs to get out there and get these fights made. He's a part of the problem. Nicholas Walters, for all that it's worth, hey, Lomachenko didn't happen. Fuck the Lomachenko fight. You know what? Go fight Slido. Go fight the man that beat the man that you were trying to fight. Shit like that. Golovkin needs to be doing shit like that, going out of his way. He's not doing himself any favors, and a lot of the promotional companies and boxing is an inner social sport. You have to deal with people that ain't on your side. There's a lot of people that are gonna be against you in boxing a lot of the times, and Golovkin is in that position in part of the way. There's a lot of people on Golovkin's side in terms of the press and everything, but on the business end of things, there's a lot of people going up heavy against Golovkin. So he needs to play a little ball, and then if with risk comes reward, with victory comes reward too. So get out there and get it, Golovkin. I hope it happens. I want to see the best fight the best, and Golovkin needs to hold these guys' feet to the fire, and then we'll see what they're made of. We'll see what Golovkin's made of, and he can shut up a hell of a lot of haters by doing what I just suggested. So that's it. Good job for Golovkin. I'm out.